Hello again. Welcome to the next video. I have a new game for you. This one was against Napoleon first. Obviously, he's very well known and strong player. It was a really fun game. First, I will tell you a few things about the setup. I played it at World Championship 2 times. Both times we win, and funnily enough, both of my opponents hit this bomb with their general. It's a really fun setup, and I actually got few ideas from the new AI, the Calculus 42, I believe. Maybe the name is slightly different. Super strong AI, which beat me so many times I lost count in it. Anyway, and it really enjoyed this pawn structure and one or two high bombs, so I figured I might give it a try. Also, Colonel and Major combined together, not ideal. Colonel and Major, not ideal. It's good unless you get like blitzed or something, because then both of the pieces are just gonna die. Anyway, let's get to the game. I think it was very interesting one. So he started doing something on the right side. I didn't really mind. And now he discovered Major, but so did I. So everything's alright. Yeah, I think I will slow it down maybe just a tiny bit. Yes. Yes, so now if this is a scout and he scouts my colonel, then that's unfortunate, something I realized right after it. Yeah. But this didn't feel like a scout, so I didn't have a problem with that piece aiming at me. Anyway, now very clever from my opponent to trade the majors and then to try to scout this piece. Luckily, as you can see on both sides, I have a scout exactly on the same place to make sure to prevent these kind of tactics. Yeah. Anyway, this piece, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I figured captain at the best, maybe a major, but very unlikely, because the captain came from here. His major started here, captain, and the other piece here. There was a chance it was a major, but luckily it wasn't. Now, I brought up a minor because this piece didn't move, and it felt weird, out of place, so I immediately wanted to eliminate it. If it's a bomb, then that's perfect. If it's not, at least I'll know what it is. But unfortunately, it was a sergeant, the worst of the thing to discover. But that's the life. Anyway, we trade majors, we traded captains, perfect time to bring up a lieutenant. Now, it's a bit risky to move this piece next to this, but there's very specific reason why I did it. When now this isn't really a threat, me going up, because this might be a piece to take me out. But my opponent felt still a bit scared, so he ran away with the sergeant, which told me this lieutenant can hit this piece. And that's why I did it. So we traded, and yeah, that's the life. Now, I didn't really have any more pieces around here to use on this side, so I figured, yeah, I'm gonna go with this colonel around. At least it's not gonna be, it won't look as a strong piece. Yeah, I will just go back. One very interesting thing, just take a note of it. This unknown piece, trying to avoid this seemingly weak piece, and he comes with it with this piece I ignore, and so does he. Just keep that interaction in mind. Like this seems like a mid piece, captain, major, maybe lieutenant, definitely not sergeant or scout. Just keep in mind this interaction that happened. I had it in my mind, but I didn't think much of it until later in the game. Yeah. So now I could obviously take the sergeant, but I wasn't sure what is this piece. If it's a major, then that would be just bad. So I went back, hoping he would follow me, and then I would take it. Yeah. I found a captain, and that was cool. Yeah, and now I'm starting to go with a really long-term bluff. I want this marshal to stay in the center for as long as possible, or to get a good piece. Right now it seems like a major that's coming after the captain. Not letting the sergeant through. Also, so now this was piece that came from here. This piece came from back row, probably weak. This, I have no idea what it is, but didn't think it was very strong. And this is a captain, that's all I know. Now a couple captains traded. And I also discovered was this piece because he put two scouts in front of it. Anyway, now I know few pieces. Weak piece, sergeant, captain, captain, major. Interesting piece. I didn't know what it was, but I kept it in mind that there was that interaction. And this didn't think it was weak because he put it on the file. Anyway, I found the major, so perfect timing to go up with captain. And now what I want to do is trade the captain with the lieutenant, but I had no idea how to achieve that. So I just let it stay like this for a while. He traded, which was good for my memory. Also, take a note that he has no intel whatsoever. That's a really bad sign for my opponent, because when that happens, you can get bluffed so hard. I've had it done so many times that I was, for example, up 2 majors and maybe even captain, but I had no intel or anything, and I got bluffed really, really badly. Now, another bluff. I went after this piece. I don't really want to take it because it's a colonel sergeant in unknown territory, but I wanted to push him to my captain, and it worked. So I took it. If he takes it, let's say with major, then in the worst case I can go in with my marshal. If there's this trick, he attacks, and I just run away. He can take this, I can take this. Yeah, so that's what happened. And now, I didn't need to trade yet. I figured there's time for it. Also, his captain isn't really interested in hitting whatever this piece is, which tells me he's probably sold on this being a major or something. Yeah. Anyway, now this piece threatened me, and I still had that interaction with the captain in mind, that it's either complete garbage or something strong. So that was what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking during the game. And ideally, I want to get my marshal to hit this piece because I figured it might be something worthwhile. Yeah, now I started bringing the scout here. The idea is if he moves away with this piece, then I can safely put my scout here and find out what that piece is. And also now he's coming with this piece, and I have no idea what it is, and I don't want him to hit this piece, my marshal. So I'm gonna bluff as much defense as I can. Yeah. And now he wants to hit this piece, so probably it's a captain or something. I don't know what it is actually. It might be a major. I have no idea. So I bluffed it with 2 captains that there's some defense. So he thinks, okay, whatever I now hit, either it's gonna die or it's gonna get recaptured. So I hoped he was not gonna hit that marshal, and he didn't. So he gave me time to bring out my lieutenant. Yeah, the reason why I brought up lieutenant is because I already we traded off 2 of his captains, and third one is here, which I still remembered. So I figured there's low chance it's a lieutenant. Sorry, it's a captain. Okay. Now what I want to do is trade the captains, because it's the only piece he knows, and then I can go up with my marshal. Yeah. And now again, this piece runs away because he knows that I have 1 scout left, which tells me, okay, this is a real piece. Anyway, let's get as far as I can, so when situation presents itself, I will go in. Yeah, a few more shuffling, nothing much. Yeah, I'm bringing now this captain here to make sure it looks like a colonel, so I can anytime run away with the lieutenant. That was the idea. Yeah, and it was here where I noticed something interesting. I really think that this is either marshal or general. And now the piece is semi-stuck. If he goes up with this piece, then I can go in with the marshal, and even if he discovers it with this piece, then I still can attack this piece. That was what was going in my mind. So I first move away with the colonel to give him no counter attack, and he went up, so now was perfect timing to go up with my marshal, because even if he hits it with this piece, I still have time to guarantee to hit this piece. Yeah, and now he went next to it with this piece. I have no idea what it is. It seems strong, so I hit it, and it was a general. So that interaction went really well for me. And now we also traded the last scout, which is perfect for me. I don't mind it at all. The only piece he now knows is the marshal, because it took his general, and that's the worst thing that can happen. So now I figured it's a low chance of being marshal. I have no idea where the marshal is, so I still have to be careful. I also have no idea where the spy is. But what I want to do is like suffocate him, just take the control of ideally the whole board. And now he showed his marshal for just a lieutenant, which was ideal because now my colonels in general are free to suffocate him, surround him. Yeah, I was afraid of him going in this way, so I was gonna bring there my general to make sure that I'm all right. Yeah. And now it's just about taking space. Now, also, I figured I might want to you bring the colonel here, then trade the marshals, and then hit this piece. I thought it might be a colonel, but even if this wasn't the colonel, there's colonel somewhere around. So I figured we're gonna trade colonels, and then I have to be careful, because my flag is here and I have no defense. So if any piece comes this way, I have to hit it with my major, which is a problem. So I figured, okay, I'm gonna bring a miner here to first test out whatever piece is gonna go after me. If it's a colonel, that's perfect. If it's miner or something, then at least I know the flag is safe. So that's why I went with this miner to put it here. Also getting my spy in the correct position to make sure his marshal's not going anywhere. Yeah, and now we traded colonels. So now I figured my miner is close enough, so yeah. But he actually did, I don't want to say poor job in defending because it's so tough position, but the fact that his major is now in this place makes it really problematic for him. He gave it for free, and here, this is you can try to figure out what's the best move. There are now just two correct, well, okay, 3 moves that aren't bad. One is to go here with the general, one is to go here with the general, and one is to go up with the spy. What I did was, I don't want to say the worst, but it was one of the bad moves. There's one reason why you have to differentiate which move is better than the other. If you haven't found it, you can pause the video, I can show you. I went here, and that's bad, because now I gave him the... he can now use the freeze throw to get me away and go with this piece, which very likely is a colonel, because his other colonel came from this side, and I mean, maybe not likely that it's colonel, but there's a good chance it's a colonel. Yeah, and obviously he's now going, and I realized my mistakes. Yeah, so... And I went here, more like double guarding. He took it with marshal, that works for me. And now I want to make sure that his colonel cannot do any damage, because literally all of my pieces are here. So... I also found a captain, which is cool. I might be able to win that piece. Yeah, and I didn't want to try until I get that captain, but once I did, it was perfect. Yeah. And now he went with this piece against major. Well, he doesn't know it's major, but I have 2 majors and there are 2 pieces, so it's kind of obvious. And I figured, okay, this is probably a major, but I literally just saw the piece for the first time. It might as well be a miner, just trying to go for the most likely spot. Uh, I figured that this is way too big of a risk to let go, so I just went up with my lieutenant. Felt like that gives me the safest advantage. I still don't know his spy, which is kind of a problem. Now he goes with this piece, but once he figures it might get stuck, he goes with this piece. Yeah, and I still have to be careful. And now he went against this piece, and I figured, okay, that's the lieutenant. Now I'm sure of it. This isn't a piece I'm gonna question again, so I won't even mind him going near my flag. Yeah, that's the lieutenant for sure. Anyway, we keep going. I still want to win this piece. Yeah, but here I made very, very bad decision. I let him keep my sergeant here. And now you can notice I have literally no defense for my flag. That was really bad. And if this is a miner, then I'm just lost. There's nothing I can do. I can just if this piece goes up, then I would be really sad. I would just play out few moves to see if it's the actual miner. But this was so stupid by me. Yeah, in endgame you gotta be really careful about your flag, and I just didn't realize that I have no defense here, so that was not good. Yeah, but once I got the spy, I also got my marshal one square away. Whatever this be, if this is a moving piece and he goes up, then I can just stop it with my marshal. So now I'm good. He hits a bomb, and that's the game. Yes, so really, it was decided by this center bluff to keep there that piece for as long as possible, trying to think what's the strongest piece around, and then hit it. So yeah, it was a really interesting game. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.